Welcome back to Feel Good Breakfast Show. This is Expresso live on S3, and JP Sebastian is about to give us the lowdown on one of the most incredible movies you'll ever see this weekend. It is Thor, Love and Thunder. And if you want to get a little taste as to what it looks like, take a peek at this.
Mjolnir here, boy! Mjolnir? Mjolnir. You're back. Mjolnir!
Okay, now you know. Okay, that is just a little taster as to what the movie's all about, but I can guarantee you that JP Sebastian will break it down, every electrifying moment. JP, first and foremost, good morning, welcome.
Good morning, calm down, bring it down.
I'm sorry, I'm going to turn it down.
What you guys don't realize is that now you're looking at professional call, but while we were watching the clip, he's making animal noises and swear, like I had to move the expensive furniture because he was flailing. Very excitable boy. It's great to see. I'm so happy that you're happy about it. You started out with the word incredible.
But I love cinema, you know, like, so I love the fact that I'm always that kid. I feel like if you watch something, you have to feel like you don't want to know where the rabbit comes from. I don't want to know the magic trick. I just want to see it happen. But
the prestige.
Yes, from your side, I'd love to know. Interesting, you said prestige, Christian Bale. But let's talk about Thor, Love and Thunder.
Yeah.
Set the scene for us before we get to a Tessa Thompson interview.
Yeah, Thor, Love and Thunder is the one coming out today. The fourth Thor now. It's hard to think of it as fourth because obviously since Taika Waititi came along, it's a totally different feel.
Exactly.
And it definitely is like an improvement as far as the previous
I mean, Kevin Branagh actually took on a few of them in the beginning, which is crazy.
Yeah, it wasn't necessarily, didn't knock it out the park, and it was great to see this change up. I think this came at sort of like the same time as Logan changed up a lot of the feel, so it was a good refresher. This refresher year for Thor is that he's looking for something a bit different in life. It's more of the same after he's lost a heck of a lot, family, home, everything else. So he's looking for something in the core. He's looking for finding purpose, finding his own sort of path. And the Guardians aren't necessarily like hitting the same high because he's traveling around with them, saving spots of the universe here and there and whatnot and the other. He finds another friend who you just saw in the clip there, who clearly ends up being Jane Foster, the ex-girlfriend, and that dredges up old feelings just as he thought he was finding peace. And now he gets, thrown into that dual. So it's a man in a dual, constantly a man in a state of flux, a man in a state of limbo, and at the same time trying to deal with a new threat inbound, Gore. You saw this movie, what did you think of Gore? How good is Christian Bale, man?
Christian Bale is always going to be in my top 5 in terms of actors. He's such a method actor, but at the same time, he knew what the treatment needed to be in this particular movie. I mean, he could have gone hardcore. I know that he was chatting about, he could have got the God bod, but he said that would be impossible for him to just have the quick connection between a sort of Gore and also the Gore's lift to wherever the God Butcher was.
I like the look, man, like the scraggly kind of thing, like the spirit of
not
death,
the big
kind of whatever.
villain, but like something ominous.
While I'll tell you about the stuff I love, yes, it's Taika Waititi comedy. Obviously not necessarily, for me personally, a strong sequel's never, hit the same high. It's like Thor says in this movie, you never forget your first time.
Thank you.
The visuals in this are stunning to look at, man. They use this thing called the volume, which is this little bubble that you might remember they were using for Mandalorian.
Yes.
Rather than green screen, then they have to struggle, how do we get light right? Because it's blue in the background. It's so voluminous, it's so atmospheric. And it's so luscious to look at. Look at those shots, man. Oh, that's so epic. However, so Taika Waititi's got problems here for me personally. He's got to bring in Natalie Portman. How do you tone her? He's got to bring in Gore. How do you make that feel as high as something like Joker returning or whatever? And then how do you still make this fit into the Marvel universe? All that doesn't matter, though, when you think about the fact that it is a Taika Waititi movie, and that makes it hilarious. This scene made me crack myself. I don't think I've laughed at an inanimate object this hard as I did in Thor, Love and Thunder. Check it out for yourself and make up your own mind.
So that's the ex-girlfriend, is it?
The old ex-girlfriend.
Jodie Foster.
Jane Foster.
The one that got away.
The one that got away.
That means escaped.
Yeah. Yeah.
Must be hard for you to see your ex-girlfriend and your ex-hammer hanging out and getting on so well. What you up to, bro?
Go to Daddy. Come on. Hey, there you are. Hey. I was just calling you.
All right. I mean, I need to ask for popcorns. That is incredible. Thor, Love and Thunder. How many popcorns?
Like I said, problem is sequels. Problem is trifecta of sandwich in between. The epic bad guy, Natalie Portman, how do you bring her back to only, etc., and all that kind of business.
All right.
6 out of 10 for a sequel. And for comedy, as good as any other comedy. Well, better than most comedies out there these days anyway. Check it out. It is lots of fun, though.
Absolutely
Beautiful to look
incredible. I loved it. It was electrifying, but of course, go see it for yourself. And also a little bit later, a bit of a Tessa Thompson interview. That is going to be mind-blowing. But for now, let's go over to our very own Thor for a workout that takes you from dad bod to God bod.